Okay, so I've got some great questions here, very detailed questions, which I've taken a question from the guy, a question from the girl, a question from the guy, and a question from the girls. So, and I'm never naming names, y'all know that. This is not probably going to be the most cheerful, upbeat, blonde bombshell dear advice that you'll get. Um, but there's a lot of things about relationships that you have to take into account. There's honesty, sincerity, tenderness, and trust. A little less time for the rest of the world and more for the two of you. If that sounds kind of familiar, it's in a song. It's from Randy. Oh, thinking of Randy Orton, the wrestler. It's from Rodney Atkins, the singer. And I loved that song when he came out with it because I think until you're at that point in a relationship where you're sitting there and they're like, okay, what's it take to make this relationship basically part ways and you can give me what I want and you can have what you want. And it totally shows how the woman is not about the materialistic side. She's about the heart, not only of the matter, but of trying to work them out together, where he's trying to think about the new car, the house, and he's wondering what that bottom line might be. If you listen to the song, that's part of the song. And I think in life, no, it's not a storybook. No, it's not a Hallmark movie. It wouldn't be real life if we overcame every challenge and came out winning together. Okay, but at the same time, you have to be on the same page in order to make it work. And I'm at the point, I don't ever see it happening for myself. I will admit that I'm set in my ways. I'm grouchy. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I am not a Barbie doll. I am not arm candy. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. And I don't believe in sex before marriage. So there you go. But that's just on a side note. However, what I will tell you, in these questions, you're going to get my honest thoughts and opinions. Do whatever you want to. This is just my honest thoughts and opinions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just a friend giving you advice. So from one listening board that you come to, let me give you your questions and advice right now. This is from one of my guy friends. Dear Bombshell, I have never used the love word. In all of my 29 years of dating, I'll say I care for you. You're important to me. I kind of avoid that word love. But I have never, ever used I love you. I met the most amazing woman. We've been dating now for a good 6 months. 6 months, like that's a long time. Sorry. It's going good. She said, I love you 2 nights ago. I told her, why did you go there? She got all bent out of shape. And when I shared with her that I never said I love you to anyone I dated, it was like she wants couples counseling so that I can overcome my obstacles. Although I don't feel like I have an obstacle, it's her with the problem. Do you think we should do couple counseling? Do you see a future for us? Advice, please. Okay. This is like that old book that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I think that sometimes us women get what I call roses in our eyes. We see the beauty of what a relationship is and what it could be, and we want to mold it into that. Men, they don't see that. They have what I call deer vision. Now, but what do I mean by that? It's nice to have someone around that's either going to cook, clean, and take care of us, or do our chores without us having to do them, or they think, okay, they're not realizing they're taking the woman for advantage. Maybe she's seeing you with her rose-colored glasses, and she's not seeing the faults. But you got to be careful, because the moment she starts seeing the faults, you're out of that honeymoon phase, and you're going into that phase that, oh my God, she's seeing the real me, not the what she wants to see of me, her perception of me, if you will. So in other words, if she's saying couple counseling, why not go with her? It may make your couple stronger, or it could tear your world apart. But What better way to find out if you're meant to be than sitting down and having a listening board right there in front of you and not just giving you a one-sided version of, hey, what should happen in our relationship? Take the time it takes to make a relationship work. Invest in the relationship. Don't put her on the back burner while you're out having brewskis with your boys. Don't put her on the back burner and let devil come in troubled waters. This is the time to make her feel important. Okay, you may not be comfortable with the word love, and there may be multiple reasons why you've never felt comfortable saying it. But don't feel pressured in saying it either. So I want you both to really think about this couple counseling, but more or less, there's a song called The Test by Lori White, and I think that would probably be right up your alley. I want you to take a piece of paper, draw a line down the piece of paper. On one side, write out all the reasons why you should stay together. And on the next side, write down all the reasons that you shouldn't. I ain't going to tell you what the only way to pass it is. I want you to figure that out for yourself. But please take heart in this. If she said I love you, she's thinking deeper than what possibly you're either thinking or feeling, and you don't want that. You want to be on the same page. Maybe the couples counseling is the way to go. Don't be so quick to say, no, ain't doing it, ain't listening, ain't happening. That's what you want. That's not what I want or what I need. There's no I in relationship. There's us. Remember that. Next question. Dear Bombshell, I have never lived with a man before. I would prefer to be married before I move in with my man. He says we need to be sure that we can let alone live together before marriage. I'm worried if we do this, marriage will never come. I'm 33, he's 40. Mom says he isn't the marrying kind. He's only doing this to get free milk before the cow. My family does not support this relationship. None of them does. Thoughts of moving in. Is it right or wrong? Please help. Obviously, there's more to it than what you're sharing. If your family is seeing red lights, warning signs, why you should not move in with this man, respect your family. That's their opinion. Okay, I'm sure they're trying to force your opinion on them. But you know what? You are a grown adult. You have a right to your own mind. Here's my next thing I'm going to tell you. Just because you've never done something before and he's trying to take you outside your comfort zone, that may be something new and exciting. Yes. However, where do you see yourself in 5 years with this man? Let's say you move in, okay? Let's just say you move in, things are going grand. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Still in the same relationship, married and kids, or do you see yourself in a new relationship, not with this man? I think the important question is to analyze and realize that, okay, everybody has a right to their own opinion, but the ultimate opinion that matters is yours, first and foremost. Secondly, if he's asked you to move in, what's his past? You've been really vague on that. I don't know his past. I don't know if he has been married before, divorced, married and separated. There are men out there who lie, and they want you to move in. And it may not be move in with him. He could be engaged to another woman. He could be married and wanting someone on the side. How well do you really know this man? And you said yourself that you would prefer to be married before you move in. Analyze this. Is this something deep down that you're going to say, I'm good with my decision, or regret that decision after you've made it? Because you can move in and then, let's say it's not even 3 days, maybe 2. You're going to be angry because you went against something that you believed in. You are living with this man and you don't see marriage in the future because he may take advantage of husbandly things before the ring goes on your finger. And if that's the case, your mom is right on that, free milk before the cow. You know what? If that's going to happen, he's going to leave you because he's going to get bored and dull of the same old, same old. And what's to say that you ain't going to be the wife while he goes out there and cheats on you? I want you to look at the bigger picture. Heck, do the test like I told the first gentleman. Take a piece of paper, write a line down the middle of it. There's two sides to it. One for the bad, one for the good. And see what comes of it. Okay? Next question. Dear Bombshell. Oh boy, this one's loaded. I've got half a page full of writing here. My girl is insecure. I love reassuring her from time to time that she is my only one. However, the problem is I'm friends with my ex-fiance. She's feeling like we are always going to get back together. The girlfriend thinks that they're going to get back together, the ex-fiance and him, and because we're such good friends. My girl went away on a business trip, and as friends only, I took my ex out for a dinner because I was bored. I just didn't want to eat alone. She called, my girlfriend called. I was distant, didn't share where I was at, but I did tell her I loved her even though I was there with my ex-girlfriend. Oh boy. I never shared who I was with, and I just came home. I just told her I was out to dinner with a friend. Oh boy, what a tangled web we weave. So 2 days ago, I left my phone out on the dresser. My ex sent me a text thanking me for dinner, and immediately my current girlfriend jumped to the wrong conclusion, didn't even listen to reason, got upset. She left to our place to go back to her old apartment because we only started living together about a week ago. How do I win her back? Well, as I've said at the top of this video, and I think this song was meant for you, honesty, sincerity, tenderness, and trust. A little less time for the rest of the world and time to focus on the more of the two of you. However, in this situation, honesty did not play a big part. Let's be honest here. You took another woman that you were very serious with at one time out to dinner, and I don't give a hoot if she decides to go 10 miles from town and then, she finds out about it. You lied. You were not open. You were not honest. And I can see why she's angry. And if she has PCOS, God bless you, honey, because you're never going to live this one down. She's going to hold you over the fire until your feet fall off. Just saying. I think you need to assess who you want to be with. Is your ex-fiance really an ex? Come on. Let me tell you, okay? Men have problems with that word, especially if it's any type of to the altar kind of meaning. So what I'm going to tell you is this. It sounds to me like you are far from being over this Miss Sunshine. Okay? Maybe you want to work things out with your ex-girlfriend, and I feel sorry for the current girlfriend because she's caught in the middle. So why don't you do yourself a favor, break up with the current girlfriend, and go back to your ex-fiance where you really want to be. Okay, last question. Dear Bombshell, my man thinks I'm a mind reader. His past relationships have failed, and I feel like I'm paying for their mistakes. Everything I say to him, he spins tales of what my words are, and how my emotions and feelings seem to be not like they matter to him. He sees problems where there are no problems, and I just don't know how to make him see that I love him, and how do I get him to realize he is the one for me. Romance. I can't believe I'm going to say this because I am the biggest person anymore to go against romance because honestly, I'll be honest to you. I honestly think there's only one place that romance exists anymore, and that's books and movies. That's it. But if you care for this man that much and you want to make this work, you got to take time. Okay? You got to realize, put the brakes on. Let's not get angry and defensive because that's two things that is going to spin this anger out of control, and then you're going to get defensive over his way he's coming at you. You're going to feel like, oh, he's thinking this and that, and it's not hitting me, here it's hitting me in my heart, and I'm taking this personally. Stop. Right there. Don't take it personal. Be a listening board. Let him view and say what he has to say. But before you respond, and this is a hard thing to do because trust me, there's times when anger speaks, oh, the right words. But swallow your foolish pride before it's too late. Had to take a sip of water. Go ahead, realize that there may be problems, he may have baggage, but if he's worth it, and you believe that this relationship actually has a chance of making it work, you've got to be the bigger person sometimes, and it's harder to do, but pull on those big girl panties and go, you know what? I realize you've been hurt in the past, and to make you realize that I'm not them, tell him, turn it around. Make it a serious moment funny. I'm going to show you something, okay? Let's say that you have a fight going on where he just compared you to his ex-girlfriend, either based on looks, based on something you may have said. Let me tell you a way to turn that around. Put some comedy in it. Don't take life so seriously. The moment you take life so seriously, it draws the fun out of life. You might as well be sitting there with a stone wall and talking to it rather than a person. So if you can turn around and say something funny, maybe about your day, and make him think, he's going to say, wait a minute, my ex-girlfriend would have taken offense to that, and she would have not done that, so she's definitely not my ex-girlfriend or ex-fiance or ex-wife. She's somebody different. Make him think. That's the worst thing you can do to a man. Sit there and make him think. Let me tell you, if you can make him see that you are not the other one, and you don't tell him that you aren't, show him. Actions speak louder than words. I did get 2 new magazines in the mail today, changing subjects. I'll do those magazine reviews tomorrow. I definitely wanted to do these 2 videos with you tonight. Thank you for joining me. I hope that I helped these couples. On a side note, I got 2 emails from couples that I have helped in the past, praising me with my advice and telling me that they can't believe that I'm not in love myself when I give such great advice. I said, when you get some old age on you and some much needed wisdom, you stop and you think and you examine more often. And I think I'm more gun shy now than I ever have been. And I think maybe that's for the best. I got asked on one of my Dear Bombshell questions, which was personal and aimed towards me, what would it take for me to fall in love? And I came back with this answer. When you get burned so many times, it's hard to believe that the flame is still alive out there. And furthermore, that you could have everything you wanted when it feels like every time you get that, it crumbles into ashes. So that's how I'm going to end this video with my personal answer to that. I wish the best for each and every one of you out there. I want faith, hope, and love, and much joy, much happiness for you all. And I want the very best for each and every one of you. Never forget that. Much prosperity in your heart, as well as with the world. And make sure you remember it's better to give than it is to receive. One thing that I definitely am going to make sure I do with the stimulus, and I hope and I urge and I pray that all of you do this. Give a little love. Now by that I mean, I've never been blessed with a child. I always longed to be a mother. I longed to be a wife. And I was a virtual wife, if you want to go there. But I never got the joy and happiness of walking down the aisle in a white dress. To the point that I got depressed about the white dress I had and gave it to charity. So what I'm saying is, do something for someone else that may be in need. And they don't ask for help, but it's the thought that counts. And if you don't have the joy of being a mother, think of the mother who's struggling to watch their child survive, and give to St. Jude's. If you've always longed for something that you know it may never happen, make sure that the others have their dream and have the possibility of seeing that dream live to be a ripe old age. I also plan on giving a little bit to the ASPCA. My heart belongs to animals, besides children. And I hope and I pray that this video touches your heart on this part here, that you realize it's better to give than to receive, and put a little love in your heart. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to try and stop these tears, take an allergy pill. No workout tonight, but boy did I have fun last night. And I took pictures, I put them on Snapchat, shared them over on Facebook. I even changed my profile here on YouTube. And yes, my hair's getting longer. We'll cover that little tidbit too. The reason it's getting longer is I do plan to donate it. I didn't get to say this on the other video, but I will now on this one. We went through the drive-thru at Arby's tonight, and the young girl, I commented about her hair being so pretty and so long. I said, it kind of matches mine. We're about the same length. And she goes, well, I'm donating it for a cancer patient. And I said, well, I plan on growing mine out and then donating it as well. And she goes, we're both not far long away from getting our hair cut, are we? I said, I'm actually 2 more months away. It's not my length yet where I want it, so... She goes, well, I wish you the best with it, and I wish the best for her. And she goes, it's a great feeling helping someone out there who may not ask for it, but appreciates it. And I said, wow, that's powerful, and I was going to share that. And she was a young girl, so that gives us hope for the future. With that, good night, God bless, and I wish you all the best.